Falling for Grace. Written by Maddie James. Narrated by Melissa Moran. Chapter 1. Tick, tick, tick. Gracie listened closely. She arched a brow and glanced toward the antique anniversary clock perched on top of the oak mantel she used as a display prop. Nope. It wasn't the clock. Was it? She shook her head. It had to be. That damned incessant ticking was coming from the clock. Right? Wrong. The clock didn't work. Hadn't since she'd placed it there 6 years ago. She knew that as well as she knew her name was Grace Elizabeth Hart. Damn, but that blasted ticking wasn't in her own mind. Tick, tick, tick. Shaking her head, she turned back to her work, only to end up staring at her computer screen, trying hard to dismiss the troublesome click. She tried to recall. When had it started? Last year? The year before that? She wasn't sure. But out of the blue, one day, that ticking just sort of erupted in the middle of her thoughts. And she knew, right then and there, what it was. No one had to tell her. Tick, tick, tick. Gracie slammed a hand down on the top of the old library table she used as a desk. "Oh, all right. What in the world do you expect me to do about it?" she said loudly. "I mean, it's not likely I can do much about this situation all by myself, can I?" She stood and paced the room. No one answered her query. Not even Claire, her calico shop cat, curled up into a lethargic lump of cat flesh in the storefront window, lifted an ear to her question. No one had to tell her that the hands on her baby-making clock were swiftly sweeping the numbers. Glancing about, she took in the shop around her. This was her second home. In fact, if she would go so far as to count up the hours, she probably spent more time here than she did in the apartment upstairs she called home. But that was to be expected. After all, she was a businesswoman, and to run a successful business, one had to spend an enormous amount of time and effort in seeing that that business flew. Everyone knew that, especially during the first few years. Well, 10 years should more than do it, she guessed. And with the time she put into her shop, why in the world did she think she would have time for a baby? Tick, tick, tick. There would be no denying from anyone. She was certain that Romantically Yours was a success. Everyone said so. Her accountant, her best friend Amy, the members of the Chamber of Commerce, the book club. Why, even old Mrs. Talbot down the street complimented her every time she came into the shop to buy bath salts. Yes, little Gracie Hart, homegrown and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?